How's it going, guys? It's a late night, but I felt obliged to do this video. There's this feature in the EUC.WORLD app that is possibly the best feature that nobody knows. When I say nobody, I mean the majority of people, because I keep seeing a lot of cutouts, etc., 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 which tells me that a lot of people don't really know about this. So it's called the safety margin. I don't fully understand it just yet, because believe it or not, I can't figure out why it, throws the alarm safety margin when I turn it on, or even when I turn it off sometimes. I don't understand what triggers it or what doesn't trigger it. But what I do know is that the safety margin has three colors. If you go to EUC.WORLD and you have EUC.WORLD app and you have an account, you should be able to go onto the account on the website section and see the graph for safety margin. When you're traveling at a normal pace that is not over, pushing the wheel or anything like that, or the battery's not too low, or your current's not too low, your current is not too high, etc., you're not going to get an alarm. There's no cause for concern. But when you push it beyond what its intended purpose is, you tend to get an alarm. But in addition, you tend to get these colors. So there's green, meaning you're okay. Then there's light green, meaning you're still okay. Then there's yellow, which means you're okay, but you're really close to not being okay. Then there's orange, which means you're in the deep waters. You're still okay though, but you're in deep waters. Then there's red. But before red, there's a little pink, I think, and then there's red. Now, I'm trying to trigger the red again. I hate testing, because when I test, I can't seem to bring back the exact results that I, encountered when I'm riding normally. But I just did a little test right here. I have the Torque MSP right now, and I'm trying to pretty much get it to trigger, a safety alert at the very top end of the spectrum, the speed spectrum. So I know that this wheel can do, 38 fine, 39, 40 is cutting it really close, although you can still do it. It's just really close. That's the point where the pedal starts to dip forward if you hit 40 or something like that, 41. So let's go and try to trigger that. And it's important. Sorry guys, I'm talking because I have like a little ulcer in my tongue because I haven't been sleeping much. So that's my safety alarm, because it triggers that whenever you don't sleep too much. But anyway, it happens all the time to me. But so what we're gonna do now is try to trigger that red color, because I've triggered every other color, but the red I haven't triggered on this Torque. And I have logs from past rides, but I want to do it live. I want to do it so you can see what's going on. So the top speed of this wheel is, like I said, 40. It should throw an alert. I set the speed, I set the safety margin to 50, and it didn't trigger, even though it went down to 13%. So I'm not sure if something's wrong with the safety margin alarm or not, but because it's very inconsistent with how it triggers. So let's go try to do that right now. I have a different setup than many people probably, but my setup is I have these earbuds, and this is how I get my alerts, okay? So I'm able to listen to both music and alerts. Also, I believe with the EUC.WORLD app, you're able to transmit the wheel alarm, that is the beeps, through to your phone. So I believe it's only vibrations though, I'm not sure. Anyway, today is about the safety margin alarm. Let's do this. Here's my Torque MSP. Okay, I just came from a beautiful ride today. Why is one side of the tail light lit? I have no clue. My guess is this is a very old wheel. It's been beat up by Chooch, Marty, myself, EVX, and I got it from Ewheels, so it's probably traumatized. I'll record the screen for you guys. Tour recording has been started. Good. Okay. So here's the situation. I set my alarms accordingly. My speed alarm medium is 38. My highest priority speed is 39. My safety margin is 50%. Now, obviously, I would never set my safety margin to 50% because I know what this wheel is capable of doing. But I wanted to do that because I wanted to be sure that I go below I don't have to work too hard to go below 50%. So, let's go. Let's try to hit 38 miles an hour, which should trigger an alert. Safety margin too low. You're not going to be able to hear it. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you're not going to be able to hear it because I have my earbuds on, but I will be able to hear it, and I'll be able to visualize it with you in the logs, in the tour. All right. Let's go. Oh, it did. Wow. Safety margin too low. So I realized what the problem is. Before I had my, you know what? I'm not going to make assumptions. Let's go. Let's go. Safety margin too low. Wow. Okay. Alarmed again. All right. Alarmed again. So my volume must have been low then. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So first test done. I got the alarm to trigger. Now, let's go into the EUC.WORLD website and see if we can get exact data as to when it was triggered. So let's go to EUC.WORLD or EUC.WORLD. Turn down the volume. This thing is stuck in my head. Now, tours. Okay, this is my live tour. Now, I have to end the tour because it's still live. So let's end it. Finish tour. Back to EUC.WORLD. It takes a little while. It takes a few seconds to update. Once you see a thumbnail, that means it's completely updated. Yep, there we go. So it's been downloaded or uploaded from my wheel to the site. Okay, so what we're looking at here are different charts. We're going to the safety margin. So here is the safety margin chart. The dot pretty much represents where the safety margin alarm was triggered. Okay, so this first dot, if you look at black means battery. Okay, that's your wheel's battery, or phone battery, sorry. No, that's your wheel's battery. And then the phone battery is gray. And then the green is your safety margin. Now what you can do is you can look up your safety margin and you can say, okay, so it triggered at 47%, but why? So you go down to your power consumption, temperature, voltage, and where's the current? And where is the current? Okay, so I'm guessing current is power. That's weird. Anyway, and then speed. So my speed was 31 kilometers per hour. I didn't transitions things over, but that's no speed at all. Okay, so I must have done something to cause this alarm to trigger. Here's what I did. I torqued really hard because, as you can see, there's a spike where the 2,143 watt spike for the power consumption. Okay, so there you have it. But what you should take comfort in, because like I said, I would never set my safety margin to 50% because I know this wheel can do a lot more than that. I would probably set it down to like 15%, maybe even 13%, maybe even lower, maybe even turn it off. But if I were to use the safety margin as a measure of safety, I would bring it down to at least 15% for someone like myself. But anyway, if you look, you'll see that there is only green, right? There's only green. You can't see my pointer, but there's only green. Maybe I can show it on the camera. Notice, there's only green in the safety margin chart. Okay, no yellow, no orange, no red, okay? That means you're safe. Nothing's gonna happen unless there's a malfunction. You're completely safe. Now, what we're going to do is try to trigger a safety margin alarm that's going to cause it to turn the scary colors. So let's start a new tour and call this tour the Scary Tour. Okay? Scary Tour. Okay. Start tour. Tour has started. Turn up my volume so I can hear things. And because I know 50% is a little too high for me, I'm gonna go to alarms and go down and set my safety alarm from 50% to 15%. Okay? Let's go. All right. Turn on my lights because I'm gonna head on the little freeway over there. My battery's at 96% volts. That's plenty volts. Make sure my car is locked. Okay. No free rides for now. All right, car is completely locked. Let's go. All right. Notice I'm riding the same way I did earlier and no alarms. No alarms at all because, again, knowing your wheel is number one. You must know your wheel. All right. All right, let's go. All right. This car is pretty nice to me. Appreciate that car. Now, tonight is a party night, so I better be careful. Let's go. All right, let's go. Oh, safety margin. Ew, interesting. Wow, that's weird. Safety margin too low. Now, I'm not sure if it's because of the speed, because we know that this wheel is designed for 35 miles an hour. But it's saying safety, right now it's alarming like crazy. Safety margin too low. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull over. Because I hate hearing that sound in my head, safety margin too low. It's really scary. And I like it. I like that it's scary because it's warning you. So now we're gonna set the safety margin alarm to something a little bit more something less so that it doesn't trigger. Let's do the safety margin, I don't know, 10%. Okay, 10%. Let's go. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. I mean, safety margin is very important if you don't really know your wheel that well. So let's go. Now remember, a number of things could cause my... Okay, no safety margin, good. No safety margin, good. No safety margin, good. But I am getting a vibration from the phone. 90 volts. So the reason I'm not able to push this wheel the way I want to is because this tire is brand new to me. Oh, good, 38 miles an hour. No safety margin. And no pedal dip, which is awesome. Let's go, come on, faster. But my alarm didn't go off. That's, oh, my volume is down. Oops. Oopsie. My volume was down. That's what happened the first time. My volume was down. safety margin. Safety margin too low. Wow, even at 10%. Okay, let's bring it down to, because the thing is, it should not be alarming for me, because the wheel has a lot to offer. But because this wheel is designed for 35 miles an hour, you can bet that, you know, if this was like a high-speed MSP or something, and something unfortunate happened, like maybe a crazy bump, or maybe you torque too hard at a certain speed or something like that, it would definitely cause it to pretty much, how you doing?
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
No, I asked you, can I help you?
I never asked.
Security here.
I didn't ask for help.
No, but I'm the security here.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I'm a customer.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be on the premises at this time.
Well, it's wide open.
Sir, you're not supposed to be on the premises at this time.
I hear you. All right, so let's set the alarm. I'm just passing through because I got to turn this.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to leave.
No, I'm leaving. You don't have to ask me. I'm leaving now.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just had to pull over. All right, so we're going to set this to 5%. Have a good night. Have a good and safe night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So we set it to 5%. Hopefully it does not trigger. But let's go. All right, here we go. 89 volts is pretty low, let's be honest. I'm not gonna wait for traffic, so let me just do what I gotta do. Go up here, and let's head back to the car. All right, let's go. 87. Oh, my volume's low. Goodness gracious. Safety margin again. Safety margin too low. Come on. 33, that's nothing. No safety margin alarm. Even at 5% and at 91 volts, which is more than enough. Top speed 38.6. Oh, 57%. All right. I think we've accomplished our mission here. We're gonna look at the logs, I mean the tour now. 89 volts. I remember that's 89 volts under load, so that's more than enough. Hi. How are you guys? Good, good. You think you guys will be on this soon?
Huh?
You think they'll authorize this for you guys soon?
Maybe.
In heavy traffic, it would be perfect.
I know.
Yeah. Have a good night. Yeah. All right. 88 volts. That's pretty much 50%. Well, not 50. It's close to 50. 94. I still have a lot of voltage, guys. 38.6. Oh, my camera just died. Okay. Tour recording has been finished. Good. Now, we're gonna go to, oops, UStride, tours. Scary Tour. There we go. Wow, I wasn't kidding with that Scary Tour title. You had the police, then you had the guy. The police didn't say anything, so that was cool. But that was pretty funny. All right. So as you can see, everything was red, right? Because we were pretty much pushing the limits of that wheel. So what we're gonna do now, ooh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Guys, look at that. Woohoo! Woo! Look at that. That is brutal. Now look at that. So, what you're looking at here is the safety margin. I don't know if the graph trends from left to right or right to left. Okay, I think it trends from left to right. Okay, so if you look, my lowest, oh well, not lowest, but when I first started, you'll see the first red right here is at 8% safety margin. Holy smokes. So even though, and this is live data, guys, this is very important. Even though this wheel is capable of doing 37, 38, you can clearly see that at 8% safety margin, the safest speed to do is 55.7. Well, I wouldn't say the safest, but yeah, the safest speed to do at that safety margin is 55. I wish I had everything in miles per hour. Anyway, this is about 35 miles an hour. Okay, so what did we observe? We saw earlier that at, 35 miles an hour, even less than that, 33, 25, anything below 35 miles an hour. Oh, it's actually 58. Interesting. You get pretty much green. Okay, in the safety margin area, it's all green. But 58.6 kilometers an hour, which is close to 40 miles an hour, maybe 37 or something like that. I'll put the conversion on the screen. You'll see that it's at 8% safety margin. A safe speed to do is 58.6 kilometers per hour. You can possibly go higher. When I say safe, I mean in the sense that you're in the red zone, but you're still safe. Just don't torque. So let's see what the the power is 2,375 watts. The highest peak in wattage I had was about here. Hold on. Right here. Maybe further down, but when I first started, it was at 3,400 watts. 3,455 watts. The safety margin was at 11%, and the speed was at 54.9%. The brown speed is the GPS speed is, so the brown speed is pretty much what, okay, so you have GPS speed and speed. Okay, so, I'm not sure which one we look at on EUC.WORLD, but I'm gonna go with the 54.9. My guess is the speed is what the wheel is recording, and 54.9 is more accurate because it's GPS. And it's a clear night, so my guess is it's correct. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, it's actually amazing that I've never once cut out at 38, 39 miles an hour with this thing. And that is literally going on bumps, doing, not torquing though. Never torquing hard at 38 miles an hour. Because here, actually I have torqued hard at 38 miles an hour. And here's what happened. The pedal dipped forward and I was able to save myself because I'm aware of that actual characteristic of the wheel. But my point is, I don't want to make this video long. My point is, what you're watching here in the safety margin chart is that your green area, so let's say you did a ride and you did a fantastic ride. You're like, wow, this ride was amazing. I did 40 plus miles an hour on this MSP or this 84 volt MSX. and you know it was designed for 35 miles an hour, and you're like, wow, I did 40. You survived, okay? What you should do is do yourself some due diligence. Go into the EUC.WORLD app, or rather website, and look at what happened. Pay attention to what actually occurred. And that way you can say, you know what? Maybe when I'm riding at 54.9 kilometers per hour, I shouldn't torque so much. You see? I torqued so much at 11% margin. You know, maybe I shouldn't do that. Because look what happened. Right after that, I went down to, trying to use my thumb here. I went down to 8% right after I did that. You see what I'm saying? So I torqued really hard, and then it brought me into the red zone. And then when the safety alarm margin alarmed or triggered, I pulled back, which brought down the power to 2,375 and much lower. Because you see, so you're seeing a very good correlation here between power and your safety margin. Okay, obviously there's another correlation that you need to pay attention to, which is battery. So I knew that my battery was at a very high level, so I don't really need to worry about the battery, but I do need to worry about power or current. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there you have it, guys. This is the best feature on the EUC.WORLD app that nobody knows. Nobody. This is just a first video, okay? I'll try to make a more cute, beautiful, more acceptable video, but I think I just had to make this video. I just had to, because I've been seeing so many cutouts. I'm like, holy smokes, so many why are they cutting out so much? Yes, I know that, you know, the companies don't create pedal tilt like Gotway, for example. We know that you don't have an option for pedal tilt at like the highest speed. We know that Sherman does, we know that InMotion does, we know that all these other companies that care about safety do. But at some point, when we realize they're not doing it, it doesn't mean we don't stop telling them to do it. We can't wait on them to do it. Someone has already done it, and that is EUC.WORLD, okay? EUC.WORLD has done it. They've done it. They've just not, they haven't put it front and center. And they kind of have. You just need to know what to look for. I wish that they would have the safety margin in the front panel where the speedometer is. My only request to EUC.WORLD is that, don't worry guys, it's not for me. My only request to EUC.WORLD is that you incorporate this safety margin chart feature into the front part of the app. So where you see your battery voltage, you see your temperature, you see your wattage per mile. Have a section just for the safety margin. You know what I mean? That would be great. That would be freaking awesome. Anyway, you know, and have it like colors, like have it. So in a car, you have a rev gauge. What EUC.WORLD could do is have the same thing. The same way you have the speed going up into green and then red when the alarm is triggered, you can have the safety margin somewhere. I don't know. But that's it. It's right here, guys. It's literally right here. This is it. We don't need these companies to do what they're going to do, what they're going to do. And hopefully they implement it one day. But this is it. This is it. The only reason I've never cut out at crazy speeds on these wheels is because common sense says if you're at a high rate of speed where, you know, you're close to the edge, don't torque it. So this chart is telling me that everything I did was right. Goodness gracious, look at that red. See how many times I hit the red? And did I cut out? No. Could I have cut out? Yes. So there you have it. Peace, guys.